Boop. Oh, okay. Clicked the wrong button there. Okay. It's just about ready. Okay. Yep. Hi. Hi again. Uh, Welcome to belated Valentine's Day stream here. Yeah. Kinda just really started this real quick. Yeah. Hi guys. Let's get into it. So if you remember last week, I had a stream for the with Ed about his cool special derpy video. So we're gonna work a bit more on that today. Maybe we'll do at least maybe like one more shot. Yeah. So let's see. And I've learned that if I just, play the whole thing, it like ruins my CPU enough, like it uses too much CPU, and then my stream skips a frame, and then it like has to stutter for like 5 minutes, so that's not cool. So I'll just have to carefully make sure that I don't just outright just play this. So I'm just trying to show you what we kind of have so far if you haven't seen it. And the animatic for this is in the description. Hopefully I linked it. Let me double check that it's in there. Yeah, it's below. This is not a request stream, and then there's a FAQ. Yeah, this is not my. I did not direct this or storyboard this at all. I'm only what you see right now is all my art and animation. So I want to clear that up right at the start. Yeah. So I had to animate practically this 2.5 minute thing that it's been taking like 2 to 3 years, off and on. Like only taking like maybe a month on to really work on it, drill into it. But it's been fun working on this. But how are we all doing? Yeah. And it's been a while for a couple of you guys that my internet is working more better. Not really. I just made the latency much lower than what it was. So it's now it's only like 3 to 5 seconds for your comments to come up, I believe. So if you want to watch the whole animatic, this whole thing, it'll be as an animatic in the description. I just found out that I wanted to change the layering. I don't know if it makes sense that, well, I guess her leg is on top of. Want to layer her wing between her leg different. I mean, that's easy as doing. Wait, I need to get the right layer. Okay. She's sitting. I need to figure out if. I guess that does make sense, but I thought it looked weird. Like having this wing, which is labeled front leg. Like it could be on top of everything. Okay. Yeah, I wasn't sure which way would look better. But I think I'm actually, even if it doesn't really make sense with that. Yeah. Hey, sir. Hey, Meg. How are y'all doing? That's so long. Okay. Okay, that's fine, Star City. Have a good rest there. Maybe your cutie mark should be bigger. Not sure. We're gonna work on a different shot today, but I just saw that passing through, I thought that looked a bit weird. She doesn't have eyelashes in this shot, so I can add that in. See if I can do that quickly for you guys. Need to figure out if she has eyelashes here. It's locked. Yeah. Rats don't have nutrition. Okay. I can see if it's just that, I can easily could just make a whole new layer, or see which layer doesn't have any keyframes to it, and then I can copy it and paste it in a layer that doesn't have anything, and then paste it, and now we have eyelashes. I pressed home. That was weird. Maybe that's why I didn't have eyelashes, because this doesn't really flow too well. Might have to redraw this or adjust it. This is pretty entertaining, huh? I'll make it so you can see it. Okay. But I could just break it apart and then adjust it. Like that. So by breaking it apart, it was a symbol. A symbol is like a bucket, like we talked about before. You can have infinite amount of buckets of stuff. So it's like I deleted the bucket, and now I just have all the art, which is the stuff that I can then play with on this level. Trying to make sure this is like practically perfect. With all this. I'm sure this will still look weird. Okay. So the scale of this needs to be a bit smaller. How was your guys' Valentine's Day? Do anything cool? Any of you? Sure, I sure didn't do much. I mean, I took a day off. That's really what I did. It's more just a little holiday where I didn't work on anything. Any of these kind of projects, I haven't worked on anything since, well, Tuesday, yeah, when I did the live stream last. Yeah. Okay, that's looking good. Liking that. So now I can go into the other eye and do the same thing practically. Copy it. Ah, sorry, you gotta do something. Let's see. I think I copied the wrong bit. Ah. Oh, it's because, oh, okay. That is right. It's just in the wrong loop. But because I broke it apart in the other part, the other eye should be fine. Like these should be, normally these eyelashes animate, they have a loop, or if I go inside it, we can see it blink like that. Hey Kawaii T, nice, that's a nice name. Thank you. Did you any of you see my I posted on my Twitter or my community page on my YouTube? I had a little cute picture of Derpy. Do I want to put it up? You never know. It's cool. Made you realize something. To make this scale needs to be about the same. Usually try to step back. See if that looks okay. Oh my gosh, now you're following me on Twitter. You can kind of see it, but thank you, Red Shift Fox. Are you in chat? Ah, nice. Nice. Oh, it went away. Okay, but thank you. I'll try and post more stuff. I just haven't. I don't really have a big social presence of social media, so that means a lot. I just don't post too much. I look at other people's stuff a lot. Just don't really have too much to really post. Whoa. Yeah, Twilight Snarkle, she was or I just assumed, just based on the name. They, I posted a little, text thing that now is label thing for donations to like label what it is. That like all those in the bottom right, Twilight, Inman, and Lorian, they donated money to me. So I just wanted to give them shout outs and be a little icebreaker to say, you know, thanks and stuff, yeah. Diamond is evil because this is written before her redemption, so it's not quite too accurate, I suppose, these days. Oh, she blinks out to animate that too. Let's go back in and fix that. Ooh, that was odd. At least for me. Yeah, I was trying not to, with the gulp, I tried to drink it out of my side of my mouth, so it didn't quite really land in my mouth. I just got a lot of spit in my mouth, so sorry about that. Okay, this is their eyelid above outline. That's what I'm gonna call it. Is in the same layer as her eyelashes. Okay. Got this really elaborate blink going on here, and she does it again. It's about here. I can follow through the motion. Or I think your eyelashes should disappear, because they should be like connected to her eye, so I could just delete them. That makes sense. And then I think it'd be a bit little up. That makes sense, I think. And then copy paste. And then we just make sure that works, and then we'll do it for the other bit. Hi everyone. Oh, you wanna animate? Cool. Yeah. When I started like animating with puppets at first, so it was my first experience with digital animation was with puppets, so I guess it wasn't too complicated for me, and it was like way simpler. Hey, well that's a name. Mongolia. Whoa, I sorry if I said that wrong. But thank you. What was that, for subscribing? That was cool. Thank you. What was I saying? I have no idea. I literally forgot what I was talking about. Okay. Well, I'll just keep going with this. I think I'm doing the wrong bit. I'll have to erase these. I did it on the wrong layer. It's on this layer. Yep, okay. Okay. Oh, about animation, that, yeah, I started with puppets, so that was very easy to. Who was there? Oh my gosh, an item on Steam wishlist of mine is on sale. Wow, thanks for that email. I don't really care. Okay, there's a lot going on. Okay, what happened? We got that. Yeah. Okay, you're saying Mongolia. Well, it's still Kwai Wat. That's not really. It's not English, but it's nice. It's a nice, cool sounding name. I like it. Okay, then are DT and Silver Spoon gonna be in this derpy animation special or not? Well, this isn't. Yeah. I mean, sure. This is a kind of a derpy special, but it's really only the first like act and prologue that Derpy is actually a main character. So, and then it becomes more of a Diamond Tiara and Pinky kind of episode. So I didn't write any of that. I wasn't involved with the scripting of it. So, of course, I would have had, you know, Derpy be the main character the whole time. So now it's gonna be, this is the opening bit to the whole episode. So it's gonna be like a mini series, I believe. So probably in like different parts of like, you know, 3 to 5 minute videos of this long story. Some parts have sound because I forgot to mute them. I'm trying not to just play it. If I play it, my stream will die. So I'm just trying to take it slow. Yeah. Yeah. So loud. I think I got about here from like last year. That I worked on this like in last December. This was a fun shot. We'll get to it if it loads. There's a thumbnail. I just don't want to play it like full or else it'll... Is the sound okay? Is it too loud or just fine? Because I can... It's about halfway on my mixer. The desktop sound is about halfway loud, so I can change it which way you want. Okay, that's good. Looks like her neck is breaking up. That's good. It's good face, but I see that this little bit it's sticking out. So I'll investigate. So I see that the skull is a bit coming out, so I can. Aww. Alright. Yeah, it's stuttering because I was literally just trying to drag it, and it was like in slow motion kind of thing, so I didn't want to play it and risk me, you know, the whole stream stuttering. Yep. Okay. I'm just gotta call this up. I'm gonna see. Well, I'm gonna turn into like a weird skeleton thing. Sorry, kids. This is kind of freaky looking. I just need to move that just a little bit underneath her neck. Okay, so I can see like I made it, and I adjusted everything to make sure that when her head is like compared to her neck here, you can see this little line, this corner to here, is that eventually her head gets this close, and then her skull was like, her skull was peeking through. This is, you know, a bit weird to say, but yeah, it's if I scroll frame by frame, there's bits where like her head and skull, or her head and neck don't match up right. Just because the way that their mouth shapes were made too. So I could go in and then, you know, kind of make... that's moving the whole thing. It just kind of, maybe if I adjust it just right, things will work out. This is like getting like super sub-pixel quality control here. But it's fun to, I look at animation errors, I scrub to MLP episodes, like, for reference for assets and stuff. And by going frame by frame, I'm able to see, just the same mistakes that, I make myself too. So, it's kind of, it's to look enough, deep enough, and to look carefully enough to knowing how each part works, that you can see when things misalign, that works doesn't quite work as you planned. Hey. Oh, hey, Marcus. Nice to see you. Yeah, she is best pony. Oh, you're just saying a background pony. I'm just saying full background pony, or what? Let me take a bit to get some brain water. Oh, that could have been a good thumbnail. I could change it. Think people will come to my stream if they see this as a thumbnail picture? Yeah. I'm just trying to get to where we need to. I think we worked on this shot last time. Ah, man, I got a green cup, man. Yeah, it is. With the green screen going on. Yeah. It's kind of breaking the illusion that, be a cool wizard and get invisible glass. You can put it up here if you want. Yeah. It's got a cool design though. It's got little monkeys and stuff on it. Oh, you shared my life? How'd you do that? Like, give it a link, or you hosted it on your own channel? Yeah, the top room is like, I think it's just clear. Yeah, it's just clear, so it doesn't have the green paint on it. Yeah. Worked on this shot. Okay. And then probably work on this shot for the rest of the stream for maybe like an hour or so. Yeah. Okay. So let's see what we got so far. And then Applejack just pops in right there. We can see with the storyboard somewhere. Yeah, this is the only storyboard for this shot. So I'll have to make my own decisions on how I want to act it, I want to get it acted right. Sometimes the backgrounds are a bit too much, especially on my computer, that it's not quite able to compute everything at the same time. Especially with streaming, like this is... Can't really see... it's about 3,000 kilobytes a second. That's kind of what I set it to. Okay. That's my bit rate. It's not how many frames it is, or something. Or how much CPU it's using. I think when I lose a frame, that's when it says how many CPU usage. I mean, I can check it myself too if I wanted. Yeah, that's fine. Wasn't it like, the task manager? Is that what it does? Hang on. That's my GPU performance? Yeah, something like that. I just want to make sure. Any other tech nerds, can you figure this out? If it's okay? Like, is my CPU doing okay? I guess it was okay. Uptime for 6.5 hours. I usually don't get this distracted when I'm working. I usually just play with more music instead. I guess we're okay. It's not really doing anything though. Like, it's not making any new lines. It says my CPU is 100%. That's weird. Huh. Okay. Just want to stall myself before I really get into this, I guess. But I guess we can now. I think I used to Yeah, that's bad. Okay, we're good. Looks like the only real difference between the storyboard and this is that her leg is up. Let me see which leg it is. That's weird. Oh, I got my armrest is on my control button on my keyboard. That's messing everything up. So it's her front, it's her right hand, I would say, is up. Piggy's legs are inverted the other way. I think I talked about this earlier. That ponies' legs don't make sense, like how they're jointed. Like they're essentially just double jointed. So you can have fun having like one shot where like their elbow, you know, is like this and then it wraps all the way around kind of thing. Yeah. Oh, you got some stuff to do. Oh, Bonzi Buddy. Okay. Yeah, maybe I'll get that afterward. That sounds good. I think everyone should go download that. Let's see. Guess I can start just the basic poses if I want. So I already got everything already set up where I got the profile angle that I wanted for this shot. And I got the head animation, which Diamond doesn't have too much yet. So that's just her blinking, really, which is already automatic setup. And Pinky, no body animation, it's saving. Okay. And then we got lip sync, is already done like a couple years ago when I set that up. So I guess a bit closer. Lip sync is done for her. And I got a little eye animation too, where her eye closes. So about half of this, work is already done. And I've done this for literally the whole thing, so or just, spend like a whole day, like a whole afternoon, afternoon to evening, just going through the whole thing and just lip syncing. And lip sync is just changing the mouth symbols to match out with the sounds. So that definitely does take practice with lip syncing. But if you just practice, just one animation, this is only like 2 minutes, and by then you'll eventually get, pretty good at it by the end. And it's interesting that like you have to really adapt to do lip syncing well. Like every person talks different, so and they enunciate things or say things, either broader or something else. So you have to really, adjust to doing lip sync. So it's not always to do the timing of the, should it be th and then or should it be the there's a million ways to say it. So trying to figure out the timing of it. Thanks. This is a giant labor of love right now. Thanks. I'm just not sure how to say your name, really. Scared to say it. Let's see. I think we can do the same thing again, that live stream where we did Pinky first, because she's really taken over the shot here. And then we could do Diamond, where she's just gotta react to it. So just get her like kind of coil up when Pinky, starts being more assertive with her voice. So I want to watch it again. There's also the point where she's facing this way, and then in the next shot she's already facing this way. So I either want to start having her kind of turn a little bit around like this, so like I can have her body and tail, this bit will kind of rotate around a little bit. And then we have this, which doesn't make sense with the scale now. There we go. Another guy also said that to not do it like this, where I have the same puppet symbol throughout the whole animation, that it can cause problems, especially if the director or someone says, hey, can you make this, shot dirty? Can you make that like 2 frames longer? That means that 31 is now completely, ruined in terms of timing and stuff. So, and everything after that, if you have more, is then, really butchered up. So, of course, you'd be losing work too if you put already enough work into it. That'll be lost. So, it'd be best if I did this again to have this whole shot section to be its own puppet and own symbol, and then each shot would be its own symbol too. So, just saying, if you wanted to, if you're following along somehow, or wanted to learn about this, to not do it this way. But I wanted to, that's what I'm doing, trying to spin her around. So usually when they spin around, they have their legs and then they kind of cross over, and then they, have them in a new angle. So I think I can have like a couple frames. Kind of like when it ends with her line there, their first word. Like this will be the end keyframe, and then this is the first section. So this is where she's already here, and then we're kind of pull her back. Trying to figure out which way you want to do this though. Like she should be shorter a little bit. If your leg is does this, and then it kind of spins around. And her leg should be up. If I have an up leg, I do not. I'm gonna have to go to the beginning of her, not essentially that. I lost her. Well, I want this arm leg here position. Let me go back. I just want to talk to you. And then inside, and then that happens. Okay. Where is it? There it is. I think it'll be back leg. Okay. So I'm just feeling around to see what I like and don't. Or if I think having a leg, if the leg behind should be up, or should it be the other leg should be up. So this needs to be down, and then at the end it disappears, which means that, okay. Yeah. I feel like it could be shorter, but I can increase an ease to make it seem fast and slow, kind of. Okay. This is like a really kind of quick pass of what I want. But I think I'll make this shorter, maybe like 2 frames. Maybe just 1. That'll not crash. Could. Okay, I like that. That nothing broke or crashed anything. But I'll have to press 3. That's my magic sync button. Okay. Okay. So it's like she's, she's turning around between the 2 shots to make sure that this motion even works. That'll be fine. There needs to be more turning frames. There just kind of pops and looks a little strange. Yep, this is... you ever see like those development shots of 3D animation? Where like they start out with very, basic T-posed characters, and then they just kind of slide them around, trying to feel out to put it into 3D the first time. So that's kind of at the phase we're kind of at, and then that is just swapping it out into a more polished version, where then we'll really actually animate it properly, and then we'll polish that version. So we're at the unpolished model sort of right now. So I'm just seeing sort of what I want. Can't click her tail. Where is it? Was it locked? Oh, it was locked. Okay. I'm starting to do secondary animation, which don't... It really is secondary animation that really brings animation to life. I like to like keyframe, frame per frame, the leg. But if I don't know how long this motion will be, then like if I say like I'm gonna frame by frame this leg, 7 frames, but then I make that like super perfect, and then I say, oh, maybe it should be 4 frames long for the motion. I'll have to then wipe everything that I just did, and it wastes more time, perfecting that leg. So you ever do like those English papers in school? You always do like a rough draft or something. So just want to make sure the basic motion feels good. Yep, every time. Cool. I feel like here, sure they feel like it's spinning around quick. I just want that tiny bit of motion, so it's not like it, as you said, just pops in. So I feel like she should be up, and then this will the second frame here will be a breakdown extreme, and then like 2 or 3 frames later will be here settle. So yeah, it's not even done with all the keyframes yet, but I think I'm pretty happy with that. I'll then extreme this bit to be even further than the motion she is doing, and then from there it'll kind of settle down. Oh, you improvise. Okay, yeah, that's another thing. Like, people can ad-lib, but they, the director, when people ad-lib, the director tells them their motivation in the particular shot for like what they should be saying. So they don't say it's something completely random. They have a basis to work on. So let's see. Yeah, the one thing is just I keep looking at the leg. I'll have to figure out how to... Oh, look at that. I got different arms. Ah, cool. Okay, I can use those. Forgot I had those when I made it. Okay. So it's up here to start. And then I have to make a keyframe every bit. So it's kind of going down. It's following good. This is like turning into this flat, straight up leg there. Need to see which leg it should be in here. Yes, this one's pretty good. Have it kind of rotating downward. Kind of like that. And then use the same leg there. So it's kind of gotta go flat. And then it's pretty much there. Then we kind of ease it into that. It feels a bit floppy. Have to adjust that. Like, I feel like it should be even quicker than what I have now. So let's see if we can I just delete, clear keyframe? Well, I wanted the keyframe here. So this keyframe doesn't exist. And then this one needs to be quicker too. Let's see. This one doesn't exist. Okay. That's looking a little better. There's like a similar frame between here and here, so it's not really following the motion that I want. I mean, honestly, it could just be one of these other ones already like this, but just a little bit more up. Then follow that motion. This could only be like 2 frames there. Oh, it doesn't seem like it's the same leg actually turning. So I need to like bend it a bit more. Yeah, I just feel like it's its own entity right now. I'm sure that you want me to really clean this up for you, but I'm sure I can do that later. I feel like I can kind of spin this maybe too a little bit, so it has its own kind of action, counter action a little bit. And this spins a bit too far too, for it to then kind of settle back down, and should be a bit slower than everything else because it's secondary animation. Let me check my phone. Ooh, okay, nothing new. I don't know why I checked it. Just had a blinky light. It still has a blinky light. I already checked what's on it. Okay, cool. I think I should go back to context. Okay. It's not like it's super noticeable, but I think having this a little bit helps. And then later I'll do the hair for her to dangle to and follow Drew with her turning as well. But I think what we have is good so far. I think we can move on to whatever next she says. think she should have an eyebrow too here. That is her eyebrow. Okay then. So I need to add another one. Duplicate. So that's that. So I need an angry eyebrow above her eye in this position. This would be a guide that didn't exist, but I feel this is much more gonna be feeling extremes. Wrong one. Okay, here we go. Okay, so there's a brow before it too, so I can follow Drew with that and kind of make it seamless to I usually have, yeah, right here that I have. You see the little, this eyebrow bit, kind of follow Drew with the blinking. So she's looking there, and then there's no brow animation. So I can add that in. I'll see where it goes. So it needs to be about 2 or 3 frames forward. Let me see where it actually is. So it's there. But it's actually when it opens, so that's a different animation. So it's really only this one that needs to be adjusted there. That's good. She blinks again. Here. Just copy it over. Kind of cheating like that, but no. Well. I think it should be. This all needs to be 1 over. Forward. It's a bit extreme, but doesn't really follow Drew with it. Okay. So we can kind of move it down a little bit. And then it needs to flow into where it is there. Okay. Then it's some reason now it's using it there. I don't really want that. That's weird. And she still has angry eyebrows. I'm just looking at the eyebrows, really. So I really just need to add an eyebrow to here, which is the same symbol. That makes that easy, so I just have to boop. And now we got it. Alright. Yep. It's looking alright. And that was just for the 2 eyebrows in this shot. Okay, now we're back here. Now we can do body animation again, which already started going on, but now we can emphasize more things and kind of like have her, you know, when it's like rah, 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 rah kind of thing. But she puts her arms down like that. But if we go back to storyboards, You can see like we could use this as an inspiration, which I did not draw this storyboards. So, and I forgot to ask the director who actually drew it, so I'm sorry, can't really direct it to you. Okay, how are we all doing? I know some of animation is pretty dry and very repetitive, so I'm trying to make it interesting and trying to go as fast as I can, really. But I feel there's a kind of a difference between, you know, trying to go as fast as I can to make it interesting and then having a kind of bad product, or, you know, spending more time on it and kind of boring you, you know. Like I probably would go, you know, spend maybe another 10-20 minutes on those eyebrows, make sure that, you know, they follow Drew with everything, instead of, you know, following Drew, yeah, things, make sure that they for every frame they work right, like they enunciate correctly at the right frames. Yeah. Thanks, Osmo. Not sure who you're referring to. I'm not a real professional animator. I've only been doing this for like almost 5 years. 2013. What is that? 3 to 8. 5? Almost 5. In April, I think, will be my 5th anniversary of this channel and animating ponies in general. So, I definitely, you know, can tell that I'm improving each year. Every project I learn something to either something to improve, you know, general animation, or some kind of time accelerating thing, being time efficient with specific tricks and stuff. So glad I'm able to share it with you guys too. Is also fun, even if, you know, some of them do tend to be just test animations. If I do get to talk about my past animations, I'll definitely have like we can have a developer commentary kind of stream sometime, and I can talk through the animations and can explain what I learned, what I was trying to learn or experiment with. Just listening to the audio and I've tried to pick points, you know, where she's being really loud, to then make sure I accentuate that the best I can, and then to also time when should she be, you know, not accentuating, the reverse of it, like when she should squash down and stuff. So I'm gonna listen to the audio a couple times to make sure I can pinpoint those keyframes. Like right here, she's just setting up to say then all never never. So that's the then all is when she can kind of relax a bit, and then never, you know, is a bit like, you know, gotta be forward a bit, and then each one is gonna get more, you know, extreme, and then she starts yelling like at the very last bit, and then she kind of could like start breathing a little bit heavily, and then whatever happens next. So this is her like big moment of outburst before she gets settled down. So it's about there that she needs to either be really tall or be, you know, in her face of DT. So I'm just trying to show my thought process of what I'm thinking when I'm doing this. So that's why I'm not really doing anything really right now. So let's see. Usually kind of start when they start saying things. You know, it's okay to have really short, like really short motions. Because, you know, I can do a short motion like, hey, you guys, you know, that hey. It's like a little personality kind of thing that you want to make sure personality comes through with the motion too. That it's not just, you know, don't want to have like a stock kind of, I'm gonna, you know, be mad, or this is how I animate angry people, you know. There should be a somewhat stock thing, but you want to make sure that they're all personalized based on the character and traits of them. So I had to think, you know, you had to think a lot more with this kind of stuff too. Because of that, like, I'm not just animating, you know, a character. I'm animating Pinkie Pie, and then I'm animating Pinkie Pie angry, is what the kind of routes I have to take. And how would I explain that through body motion? And so, it's like trying to play reverse charades. Like charades where you have to guess what people are doing just by, you know, gesturing things. So it's like I'm trying to reverse that and say, okay, how would, you know, again, like how would Pinkie Pie express anger in its scenario? Like what would her like legs and face and head and tail be doing? Of course, you know, I feel like at the end I'll just be kind of just bobbing her back and forth, but I could, you know, start making her kind of do more, maybe? I just don't want to spend more time on this. That's I've already had been. I just want to get through it, but I feel like that's kind of the mentality that more professional animators would go through to really animate, so just want to get my thought process and my ideas gone before I really have to be pretty quiet to really do this kind of stuff, because I'm concentrating again with all the stuff that I just talked about. So let's see. Right there I was trying to say, like, should there, like I was thinking, like what then would be in this slot of time, and I was thinking this will be the settle, and then this is breakdown, and this is the first keyframe. So for this breakdown I need to figure out the pose. So because I know this is gonna be the more relaxed state, I could just say like she's more backing up a little bit, kind of like almost reeling back to then let out what she wants to say. Then I can kind of flip back and forth to say, does this kind of motion make sense? Is anything breaking and stuff? And I think we're good at that. And then this is the breakdown where I can then extreme what I just did and make sure that everything else follows through with that. And I can have shortcuts to go through keyframes, and I can already kind of feel the kind of motion too before I start adding tweens. Tweens are in-betweens, so it's mostly just a computer figuring out how the motion does flow between each part. So this is going to be like a quick turnaround for her to really enunciate this never bit. I'm trying to follow the waveform. Like if it's, you know, it's really quiet, then not too much motion, and then a little bit, and then it gets loud, so there's going to be a big motion. Trying to follow the eye line to make sure that works too. Should be a little bit taller, maybe. It's okay to stretch your ponies a bit. Scratch and stretch them. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I have a Chrome extension to tell me when it's the top of the hour. I don't know if you heard that, it's a little bell chime. It's pretty handy. Just tells me a little sound when it's the top of an hour. So I wanted this to be more pronounced, so I need to make this breakdown either ease up faster or be, you know, more, in this case, stretched. So I can even stretch her head if I wanted. But then it kind of settles down a bit too far. So I can kind of keep it, you know, a little bit pushed in this case. Oops. I'm just trying to highlight these again and adding a real easy ease out. Easing, if you don't know, you never. And it's I'm sure like animators, like at the end when they do like the premieres, if they even watch the premieres, like the full animation, they could just say like the whole script by heart by then. Because you have to listen, you know, to the same line over 1,000 times sometimes to get it. Like what I'm doing. Because you're having to flip through the whole thing. Just like this 2 seconds over and over and over. To make sure, you know. It's a lot of dedication. You have to make sure you like, you know, the script before you really sign on. Or else you have to really, if you find some script, you know, dumb or something, it's okay to, you know, say no, because especially with an animator, that you have to listen to the same script or voice lines hundreds, thousands of times. So yeah. I feel like it's a bit too pushed here. Like it's only the first never. So I think I'll kind of adjust it. And I can kind of see like her, maybe her back legs being a bit taller. So I can adjust these bits. Which then makes these bits a bit taller, maybe. Which then we can counterbalance that in this bit. Tail. So you want to make sure the keyframe stuff, you know, lines up, because when you do the tweens and stuff, it has to interpolate between it, so then nothing will line up. So this is like her back end. Because that was such a big movement, I think I should have a little bit bigger. Ease in a little bit of a more, like another bounce subtle. That's a bit weird. Not sure if I like that. Probably have to squish this out. Like it's a bit too extreme. It just kind of gets a bit too normal at the end of the motion. So I want to get it a bit off. Yeah, I'm not really liking this at all. I might have to... Sometimes you can't really polish something that doesn't work. So... might have to redo it. Just because as I keep going it gets worse and worse. So I'm going to redo it. And based on that knowledge now, what doesn't work, I can make it better. Key mark is a bit, yeah, it's a bit weird perspective, I agree. If that's what you're saying. It'll get bigger. There you go. Is that better? Oh, I didn't even see what it actually... Eprin Sfairs. Eprin Sfairs is the director for this. So, again, if you have any questions for him about the project, you can ask Ed. He's in the chat right now. You just kind of stumble upon this, or... yeah. Oh yeah, my streaming. Yeah, I talked about that. That is only just one button to adjust the stream latency, which, yeah, that was been annoying that it was right in front of my face the whole time. But glad that I was able to just do like a 5-minute Google search and find it pretty much immediately. So I'm gonna retry this movement again. Which happens sometimes that it's better to just erase it. Try it again. Yeah, so he's a co-writer. Oh, he wrote it with someone else? Well, I was in the... not the writer. I was in the co-writer with this. I am the background arts, puppets, and animator in this project only. So... let's see how to do this different. Maybe having her neck go back could be a thing. It's really about experimentation to see just what looks good. Like maybe try and move the parts a little bit different than last time. Yeah. Okay. Is my hair blonde? Yeah, it's naturally blonde. That's a interesting question. Yep. Yeah. Oh yeah. I'm liking this motion now, which makes this one a bit weak. So I feel like I can extreme this just a little bit tighter, or a little bit more. Because there's no... this is the settle right there. So keyframe, breakdown, settle. It's not enough time to have more settle, so she just has to immediately do the same thing again here. So, okay. And then kind of time it with it for that. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, Ed's a bit of a connoisseur of different cartoons, so you can definitely start some conversations with Ed's favorite cartoons. Like, I know you like a lot of Cartoon Network shows, so we talk about that. Let's see. Should move it taller. This is their. That's the breakdown. This is the. Here's the breakdown, so it needs to be taller. More extreme. Extreme breakdown. I guess it should just be extreme, but I'm breaking it down between that. Oops. Yeah, I'm just having to concentrate a little bit, so I'm not able to really look at the chat right now. Cool. That Ed likes those cartoons. Alright, I can just zoom out all the way. There we go. Trying to get it in shot so I can see the whole thing. It's easier to do in context. Yeah. Boop, 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 boop. Boop, 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 boop. Yeah, okay. Almost not liking this bit, so I'm gonna just notice that she's getting longer. Like she doesn't really squash down in this bit. It's kind of cool that she's kind of like getting larger. And I guess with each ever here, let's see. This is back half to the shot, so I need to also be conscious of what next is. This is just her there. I can repose this, but not too much because it's more of this size shot, so I don't see her legs. That makes it more easy. I don't have to animate all these spindly legs there to make sure all the same. I could just keep going with this. This is fun. Make the next ever be even taller for her. So she's the loudest here, so I'll make that the, you know, the extreme. So this is her. It's also a bit of a reel in too, where she's reeling up to then, because she has another louder outburst here in this section. So this is almost like its own kind of antic in a way, where it's an anticipation. That's another. I don't know if anticipation is. It's not really one of the 12 principles, but it's definitely something for motion that's pretty much essential to display realistic motions. Besides just arcs and silhouettes and squash and stretch and all those. Yeah, she does a very loose body. Gonna see if I can extreme this even further. Gotta go further, even beyond. Okay. Saving. Yeah, I have it said it would save every 5 minutes, which is especially useful in this kind of scenarios where I'm doing all this crazy stream stuff, so it might at any point just crash, you know, everything. Now we get to extreme it more. Let's see, whoosh. There's like this weird line there. Oh, okay, I see why. It's because I made her neck like this. I'm gonna change it. Just so it flows a bit. So I can have more of a neck going on. Really like to zoom right in, make sure nothing's out of place or anything. Now she's really off the screen practically from where she was. Glad this is Pinky that, you know, that she could do anything. Otherwise it might be more restrictive in my motions, but I just feel like because she does so much physical comedy that I can just push it further than other characters. So that's also, you know, what I said before I started really animating. I want to really got to get in the zone of, you know, I'm animating Pinky. This is like her emotions. I need to figure out, you know, combine the emotions with the character, and then, you know, based on what else she's done, I'm able to extrapolate those kind of emotions and feelings and emotions and stuff. So yeah. Perfect. It's so weird emotion. I could push this even further if I wanted, but I think it's just crazy at this point. Let's go further beyond a little bit more. Because you always gotta... There's a thing called Plus Ultra. Or is that... That's just the other anime. Where you gotta... push it a bit further than you would. And then now she's super reeled in and like super back here, off to the right. And then we have her like kind of maybe like shoot her neck towards the Amatera, really see how far I can push her head. Like I put her head like right here or something. Yeah. Let's see. I need to figure out the timing of it though. Make sure it's the right timing. There's a couple options that I'm seeing. Like I could push your head forward at you, because it's like your parties, and then again is like her loudest point, and then connects to the other bit. So yeah. Let's see. It's definitely not going to be like another of your... This could be like your another... I would say anticipation kind of thing. I'm just trying to see in my mind, based on its waveform, what will probably work better in motion 2. I think I'll probably do... Usually just, you know, had to go with my gut feeling if I'm not unsure. And then, you know, what we did before is that I had to delete, like, this one motion because it wasn't... Was it this one? I think it was this one that I wasn't quite fully happy with. She can kind of, like, bounce, like, up and down a little bit of another, and then shoot her head out here at your, and then kind of maybe like have her head tilted up at again, and then yell. I think that's a little plan of attack to make sure we're all good on that before I start working on that. Okay, yeah, I'll just see how that works. Keep moving my headset, not sure where to put it. Another, that could be a thing. This is a key. Sorta. Okay. Settle it sorta slow. Or not have a giant ease out. Might have to put like a normal 20 ease out. So like she's the most, in my mind I'm thinking like, when would she be the most upset is when she's talking about her parties. That's what kind of almost started this. I know it's going to be important later in the other parts is that her parties are important to her. So if she's talking about parties when she's mad, I think she should be the most extreme kind of thing. So I'm just gonna see how close I can get with this without getting weird. Okay, and then kind of have the rest of her body follow along, essentially. So I'm just trying to figure out the posing of it. Or I could just save it right now. Okay, it's all auto-saving at that point. Your legs would kind of want to split up. And you want to counterbalance yourself by having the other leg go forward a little bit. And we'll need this to be, you know, a super quick, snappy motion. Yeah, that's way too slow. Fastest I could do is that. Can I click this? I don't know how to. Can't really adjust it. Okay. This is gonna be a fun extreme now. Is we need to pull this further. Okay. Oops. That looks alright. And then she's gonna say again, and then wow. In my transcript I have whoa right there. Oh, that's Applejack saying it. Okay. Yeah, like Applejack says, whoa, come down there. Yeah. So there's not much time between there and there. Between this keyframe to this one. So I need to plan out how many more, what I would call jiggles over. What we've been doing the whole time is just we're just basically just moving her up and down like Jello. So I need to plan out how many more to do. This is when she's loudest, so we definitely need one there. So planning one there. We need at least something she's saying a different word here, so there's definitely gonna be one there. I guess two then, yeah. Like I can see maybe she's just gonna get up again and then get closer into her face. So this is her like reeling back, you know, kind of going a little bit back to where neutral, and then she's gonna let it out again. Get her neck to make sure that that lines up. Of course, now it doesn't line up at all. Let's see. Don't want to move it too much because we already had it pretty much in place earlier. Yep. Here we go to extreme it. This is all pretty much all self-taught and looking at a couple tutorials in animation, so if it's not, you know, your way of animating, then I understand. Yeah, sorry if it's like really loud for you. Yeah, I'm just pausing it. Okay. Doesn't really look like she's moving anywhere. So wasn't quite sure. Wasn't quite confident with that previous pose. I'm gonna play around with it a little bit more. See, her neck isn't quite moving right there, so I can. Oh, I made two heads there. Go back, please. Delete it. Okay. So I have to put that back and then make sure the head lines up again. It's like Applejack's louder than Pink Pie at this point. This is extreme, so we can push it further. Yep. Not too much, like it's not really a bounce back. It's more of a settle. Okay. So, oof, that was quite a wide. So we start here. Oh yeah, like having that leg there, just looking at it now, definitely helps connect the two shots. Let me get rid of that. Okay. We're just pausing it in case my CPU blows up again. Okay, yeah, that turned out better than I thought. That'll be a bit janky, but I guess, you know, it's quick enough and spontaneous and quick enough to look okay. Like your mind is able to follow through and looks alright. That chat, oh gee, yeah. It's tricky because, you know, I want to pay attention to what I'm doing, so I'm really only narrating what I'm doing. And because I'm narrating, then there's not too many ways for chat to ask questions, I suppose, if I'm just explaining everything as I go. But, yeah. I can't believe you were still watching, so that's good. Thanks for joining along. Hopefully you're just watching it. Taking it in. I know a couple things. Okay. Aw. Hey guys. Okay, talk about Applejack. Yep, she's gonna be in the next shot. And they'll have to connect this pose to here somehow. And then maybe she'll kind of spring backward into the shot, this pose.
Calm down there, Sugar Cube.
And then there's a reaction shot, and then it just kind of keeps going for about 10 more seconds. Yep. So we're almost to the home stretch, but it's still quite a ways. Okay, Ed's gonna leave. Okay. Yeah, if you have any questions on the project, will be good. Try to keep it relevant, I would say. I'll just go back to Peaky to make sure there's any weird bits going on. That's okay. Yeah, I probably should, well, this is, sorry to say, a bit boring to watch, but, it's just really repetitive. But, want to make it authentic and show you what it's like doing this kind of work. Is that it's real work. It's not just, it's not just drawing happy ponies. It's, this kind of level of animation you need to follow things through. And this is just a hair dangle, really. So I'm making sure that it makes sense and goes with the rest of it. Goes with the rest of the motions. So we'll have to make a keyframe for each of these in here, and then make this little hair bob correctly. Yeah. So it has its own keyframe, and then extreme breakdown, and then a settle. So we'll have to do that for each column here. Gets a keyframe. So I don't know if I want to say, like, you know, come back in like 10-15 minutes when I work on something else, or I'll finish this bit. Because, yeah. Just gonna be making keyframes everywhere. And, moving this one little bit. Like that much. Okay. And then these all get tweened. Ooh. I don't know what Pivx is. Not sure if Ed is still here though. But yeah, I'm not sure what it is. I have a feeling it's a picture sharing site, just by the name. But yeah, I mean, I got all these links up here, so I don't know why you're asking for that, but I guess if we're using that, then that's fair to ask. But yeah, all the links way over to the right are the most active on, I would say. So hit me up there in those ones. I can put my hand behind the screen. Wow. Like layered myself behind my flash. Wow. Huh. Didn't know about that. Hmm. Yeah, I don't think that's around. Well, in that case, why'd you think I had one? uh, okay, no. Yeah, but don't. Sorry about that. Sounds pretty cool. Might have to check that out. Would I be able to show that on this stream, or is it a bit, not too friendly? Let's see. Well, what's English stuff mean? Like, would there be pony stuff, or is it in other American stuff? Just goes up, so I need to go down. Then that holds back, and then we start again. Then she goes up, so it goes down. Don't show on stream. Okay, thank you. That goes for the rest of you guys if you're not there yet. You haven't aged properly. Oh boy, okay. Oh, here's a big drastic change. And then just settles, okay. Doop-a-doo. And to go back, maybe? Seems like these aren't lining up. I could filter it out, but it seems like there's always that one person who doesn't tag their stuff, maybe. It's fine. So I added that a keyframe because I felt like it was going to be a bit too much. Yeah, this one doesn't quite line up with that detail on the hair. It's really the only place it can go. Ah, that's alright. Okay. Can go down again. If she's going up. If her body and head is going up, then the secondary animation hair will go the opposite way. So we can see going down, and then hair can go up a little bit. Is that a smudge? Nope. It's misaligned things. Haha. Oh, interesting. Huh. I'm sure, like, you know, they probably cross-pollinate with the DeviantArt and Pivx. Like, you see a lot of anime stuff on both ends, or American type stuff. Okay, cool. Let's see. Not too much? Huh. Expected different kinds of fandoms. Might be a lot. Hey, Eduardo. Oh man. Hey doggy, we don't need that. Hey hey. Oh jeez. Got out of frame there. Over there. I'm gonna keep from here. And she zoops into frame here, so that'll be a pretty drastic one. There's nice pony art on Pivx. I mean, I go to Derpy Baru, however you want to say that. Go there a lot. It's interesting, like, people are tagging, like, my art. Like, they tag me as Yoshi Greenwater as the artist, but, like, I don't know them, or, like, they just upload my art on there, but they, they credit it, so it's, like, interesting on Derpy Baru. So, like, I think I made a profile after they started tagging my work, so I don't think I was able to get the same username then. Like, I wasn't able to be Yoshi Greenwater. I had to, like, have a different kind of spacing or something. I had to make it like 2 words when the tag was like only 1. So that was interesting. But yeah, some of my artwork and stuff is on Derpy Baru. Go check that out. If artist tag Yoshi Greenwater is just 1 word, I think. I think it's mostly just, either screenshots from my cartoons, which is really weird, or they're like GIFs or GIFs from them, or some of my commission work where I work with a guy to then draw different vectors and pictures for him. So that's all up there. This is the most tedious part, yes, doggy. Yeah, I'm still into it. I mean, if I still get views on my channel, then, it's still fun to make stuff, so no reason to really change it up right now. Okay, Ed. Yeah, that's fine. A lot of other stuff. I'm definitely getting more into anime, watching stuff on Crunchyroll and catching up with that. So yeah, it's kind of like my new watch is a bunch of anime. Yeah. I heard like the leak was gonna go to like the regular MLP show was like gonna end at season 9 or something. Cause that could be totally false. But yeah. Seems like there's only like 2 more years to the show, which really does seem like it's on its last leg, and it's just trying to do the Fairly Odd Parents, add more stuff to make it, add more stories by adding new characters, which never really goes well. Especially if they already have like a giant cast, which doesn't really make sense to add new characters. So it's like they can make, they already make fan fictions and official books and stuff where they use background ponies as characters. So it's like I just am a bit perplexed why they would choose to have a whole, if you've seen the season 8 leak, that they have a whole new school of new ponies and characters instead of using their already cast, which we don't really know too much about. Yeah. What are you saying? Yeah, totally. The dead horse really does seem like it. Seems like halfway through hair to stop moving. I'll check it. Bounce, bounce, bounce. Then it doesn't. This will be exaggerated. Yeah. I mean, it made the whole, you know, slice of life episode, so. And that was just brilliant, so I don't know why they needed to do that with the new season. It's only gonna come out like, you know, 2 or 3 weeks from now, like in March. So we'll know soon if it's even worth, you know, keep watching or not. Like, is that concept gonna be interesting? Like, I don't know if it's gonna be, like, it's gonna seem like kind of childish, like it's gonna be just another way to recycle old plots or something, which is, you know, like teaching the school kids, you know, remember that time when we had to learn that lesson? It's like, oh yeah. It's like, oh no, gotta do it again. Like, the new characters are having the same problems, and it's like, we gotta say the same plot again. Oh, what anime do I watch? I don't know. Let me check my. Can I check Crunchyroll now? I could just say what I've got on my list. It's probably easier than trying to memorize them. And make Q. Do. It's loading. Anything weird? Not really. Of course, some of them I'll really watch like 1 or 2 episodes in this. Guess I can show it. Here's my queue. I can only watch like a couple episodes if you can zoom in a little bit. Doka Magica, Chi. Only watched 1 episode of JoJo. A little bit of Machu. I don't know what that is. Sound. Like, none of Cowboy Classical Loader was interesting. Karasubu. Kimono. I only watched like 1 episode of time. Gurren Lagann's interesting. Alice in Boa Zero like started interesting, but then like kind of got too slice of life. That was like got boring afterward. Wanted to get into Hyper Dimension, but never really is really picking up. Same with Gamers. It's like they've only addressed like the same plot in the first couple episodes. That didn't really go anywhere yet. Worst of far first season of Hero. But it only felt like it was only like 1 plot, really. Almost done with Blendis. That was interesting. And my favorite right now is Pop 2 Epic. And this is really just a mini series with the cats. And when I went to Japan, like last year, I took like a 2-week vacation, and we were staying in Akiba. So it's like I wanted to see what this is about. So it's just more interesting to see the backgrounds in that. So yeah, want to do that real quick. So anything else I probably haven't watched or I deleted or something. So you can kind of see my taste, or just like high school girl, magical girl stuff. I watched Little Witch Academia, but that's on Netflix. So and then like all the core stuff I haven't really watched yet. It's more the weird slice of life girl stuff, girl hero stuff. Yeah. Yeah, you can probably recommend me a whole bunch, and I'll probably do the same thing. I'll only watch 1 episode and kind of move on. So, yeah. But what I've watched is pretty good, and I enjoyed them all. Stupid hair. When I watched the cat banana one, that was interesting. It's where cats were bananas, hybrid things. Yeah, there's so many like core anime or super recommended stuff. I just never. I want to watch my other random stuff, which no one's heard of, really, or pay attention to anymore. Like Classical Lloyd is really interesting, where it's just a high school girl in a band. It's like the whole thing is that you're just doing band practice, and it's like all the drama is like, oh no, we got the festival coming up, but I'm having troubles, friend troubles with my friend. It's like that's the whole plot. It's interesting. Like all these high school clubs are very. They seem very, small scale, but then they kind of get pretty deep by the end. Yeah. Well, let's get a leave. Okay. See ya. Yeah, but yan. It's just crazy. Just looking at the synopsis and watching it's fun. I think I deleted it because I just got bored of it. Okay, yeah, there's one where they just hit each other's butts in a pool or something. I think that's it. I got mustache hairs in my nose. I'm sorry. Nah. Haven't heard of that. Oh, I watched something sort of recently, like a month ago. It was like this psychic girl. It started like the first episode was like a backstory to the whole thing, and it was like her being a psychic, and she could like read minds, so she was able to hear what people were saying, and as a kid that made her upset, and it drove her parents crazy because like they knew that they were like cheating on her. It's like got super real. It was like the most intense like 5 minutes of like learning about her. So it was probably the most depressing realistic, if you really did those kind of have those powers, that it would tear your friends apart. And she was like so naive. It was like think like her hearing these voices, was just normal talking. So she would, know about like the other girls' crushes and like break their friendships apart. And it's like so horrible that her parents left her and they had to go to like this grandparents' house. And by then I was like super hooked, but then it kind of got to more slice of lifey that then just randomly found another guy, who didn't care that she had the powers, and that was like this stupid guy kind of trope thing. It's like, I don't, yeah, whatever, I'd still love you kind of thing. So I guess the rest of the series, which I haven't watched, is more about them trying to fall in love and stuff. So that was something. I forgot what it was called, but yeah. I think I just probably watched it as a YouTube thing of just watching, like a top 10 list of most intense anime or whatever first bits. So then I watched I watched the top 10 and it's like, well, what's this about? And then I watched the full episode of the first bit. It was like, okay, yeah, I don't know if this is gonna get good afterward, because like that first bit was just perfectly done as its own bit, that I don't feel like the rest of it was gonna be able to top it or do anything better. I'm just stalling right now because I'm talking and I don't want to have that going at the same time. Yeah. Katana Showdown. Oh man. Yeah. I don't know, I just, always like Nintendo stuff and learn about Japanese culture. So it's just another extension of finally just, going down and wanting to watch anime. And got to pay for Crunchyroll myself for the yearly subscription, so sometime I'll have to renew that again. This is looking good. I'm just going frame by frame to see if there's any weirdness or anything, what I can improve or not. Think about here. Let's see, here. Her hair needs to whoosh. Oh, jeez. I don't know, I'll just... Best dating sim is Nakapura, however you say it. The Catgirls one. I played a demo on Steam. It's interesting. I don't know. Not really into visual novels. That kind of genre. Because, I'm kind of an animator, so it's like just watching the still pictures, just... Well, you said visual novel, so I got into that, yeah. Star Study. I'm sorry, it's my Star Study. Smoosh. It's hidden, boy. Guess we'll wrap this up. We're at 2 hours. I can quickly see if I can get DT to at least move a bit to react. I don't think we have to move her hair too much, maybe a little bit, so it doesn't seem like taped to her head, but might have to do it another time or forget about it. Yeah. Sheesh. I never said anything about Doki Doki. I've heard of it. I watched the Let's Plays and stuff. Definitely not interested in any of that. And if you guys are interested in that or haven't played it, it's yeah, it's troll. It's I mean it's it takes itself seriously, which is the scary part. That it's very, it's a bit different than what you're used to. Let's see, your shadows are different. I need to go over here, scroll over here and see. Kind of do the same thing again of figuring out what kind of emotions should she be feeling. Yeah. Let's see. Usually have some kind of motion for blinkings. Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm just a bit tired. That was very stressful to do that pinky animation really quick. Running out of steam. Let's see. Is that really it? Her shadow is her... What? Okay. I'll have to rearrange these bits so that it makes sense to me. Okay. Ow. Oh, you guys are crazy, man. Making me hide all your comments. Yeah. Alright, I should check the storyboard to see. Yeah, that her leg goes up eventually. I have to just figure out, time that out. Okay. Can't hear it. Okay, I can see like maybe like the first or second ever, never, that she could put her leg up. So, because that's gotta be pretty important. It's not like I can animate around it. Just have to make sure that that works. So we do the same thing of squishing her down. The next bit, her settle is a bit taking them back, literally. Boop, boop, boop. Boop, 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 boop. Boop, boop, boop. Yeah, don't use 4chan either. I mean, I looked at Reddit a couple times. That's just to see if I'm on there. Yeah, not really. Yeah. My back gets sweaty. I'm sick of the chair. Yeah, there's not too many reasons for me personally to go on 4chan or Reddit. So I don't really go there. Okay. I blink at the same time so I can edit that pretty easily. It's black here because this is a mask. Somewhere. This bit is a mask. So you can see like how this blue eyeball goes past this black outline with the mask. This is like a window. So if you had a window on a wall, you can see through the window, but you can't see through the wall. So here's the window. And then past here, whatever's not this color in this bit is then erased. So it's very helpful to have that kind of thing, especially for eyes, so you don't have to be super careful of having everything stay inside the box, essentially. So I can have it after it blinks, and then move. So that's the end. So it blinks. Oh, so you could just move it maybe here. And then she blinks. And then... Okay, that's wrong. There we go. Boom, 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 wah. It's a good question, Doogie. Guess I never really found anything else, and I've been on my channel with my normal content. I've been updating like the artwork, you know, that I've liked Derpy, and then I like to keep it expanding her stories and stuff, so changing it up helps. So, and just, each episode creates new assets and characters and environments for me to then say, can I use this in any way? Can I transform this and have my own episode based on it? So, the comics are good. I think I watched, I collected like a couple of the first comics, but then, I don't know, I grew out of that, so didn't want to read those. Guess it's, I like arcs, so yeah. So if there's no something, each episode is building up to something big, like a big finale kind of thing. If there's no arc, then I kind of feel, it's kind of a little pointless, it's kind of mindless. That's not really going anywhere. So, other than that, dude, the comics I read were really good. They were well drawn and everything. Yeah. Yeah, I guess I don't really watch too many actual American cartoons, or I guess some of those are Canadian made, but premiere on American television. Yeah, I don't really watch cable too much anymore. So, yeah, I can go through a whole day without watching TV. I just watch YouTube or watch stuff on YouTube at Crunchyroll now. So unless I want to illegally, watch some stuff for whatever reason, then I probably won't watch, any of those, on cable TV cartoons. So, I think I watched actually I've watched like one episode of Star, and before I stopped watching TV, well, maybe, no, I was pirating, Steven Universe episodes. So, I think I got to like season 3 or 4 before, like, I got to the end of an arc. They in Steven Universe they get the big monster in the middle of the earth kind of thing. Like, I was let up for like a whole season worth, so that was fun. And then that it kind of got mindless, and there was no setup for another arc, because Steven Universe had like a arc after arc after arc of new stories and stuff, building up stuff. Right after the Center of the Earth one, there was no setup for the next one, so it's kind of when I fell off and was watching for a while, so I haven't really gone back to it yet. But yeah, they were fun. I liked it. Steven Universe, I just didn't get, I guess, too, attached to it. I've heard like there's a bunch of hiatuses and stuff along with it too, so I guess I'm not missing out on too many episodes then. Whoa. Uh-huh. Oh man, you got stuff to say about that, man. I've already explained my feel. Let's see. That's when we push it. I think the only Star one I watched was maybe it was the first episode, or they. I just remember like a floating unicorn head, and they went to an arcade in a different universe or something. I was like, okay, that's yeah. Am I supposed to like this, because it's a pony like unicorn thing, or yeah? It definitely felt, as you say, it's very slice of life. But like somehow I'm okay with it when it's an anime. Not sure how that works. Maybe just I accept it, or because anime, they treat it as if it was one long story. Like you just it'll end and then maybe the characters will say, "Remember that thing we did in last episode?" And I feel like with more American cartoons, there's more, SpongeBob's and Cat Dog and all that, where nothing in the last episode mattered. So that's kind of what my tipping point is. Like, I think that's why I like anime a bit more in that sense. That they care about, having. It's not really, having an arc, things that lead up to a big event. It's more just, connecting the stories is what I like. So, and a couple of my cartoons with my Yoshi Greenwater paper derpy stuff and derpy stuff. I think I tried having like 4 weeks where each episode would connect to each other, and I just had a blast like writing that, and that was like my favorite writing session was trying to connect multiple cartoons together. Yeah, totally. Yeah. I agree that the main 6 are like becoming like the worst characters. Just because they don't really learn from past mistakes. That they, like Fluttershy still has to, even if she like learned in, season 2 or something, over stage fright or something, that she's still like, should I, step into this kind of thing? Like she still has her problems, but it seems like in the episodes where it does focus on it, that it resolves in her being okay with it. That then doesn't make sense, with continuity, which I love. So, and I'm not really into continuity of like, just references. Like, some are cool, like, later episodes of Rainbow Dash, look at a Dare and Do book. Because that's kind of, it's kind of neat, but otherwise if it's just, if it's resetting their personalities every week, that's kind of a little bit jarring and a little bit weird. I think that's a good way to phrase it. Okay. Not sure if they really have those religious views, sir. Not sure if those are the same. Let's see. Never, ever. That's pretty good. I could add a little bit more. Guess I could say I can't even say it. Electricity to them. Think about here. Sure, her hoof should come up when she blinks. Let's see. Oh, I got you. With the griffins. When you said go to Grifflands and there's eagles. Yeah, that makes sense. Where's her arm going up? Oh no, do I have it? Is it within her arm? No? Did I never make one? Oh man. I could just take her arm and then recolor it like this. Take this one, put it into here, go here. and then trade this arm out for this one. Boop. Flip. For that. Blah, blah, blah. Let's see. This is... Sorry. I have a girl. Okay. We're going on that route? Okay. I mean, shouldn't they just be cartoon characters? What am I doing? I'm just trying to get into this arm. Okay. What happened? Don't tell me these are... Ah, come on, they're symbols. I can't color them because they're boxes. So it's like having a lock on a box, but you can open the box whenever you want. And so if the box is locked, then you can't do anything with it. So I broke it apart, which means I lifted the lid off, and now I can touch all the contents in it. That's my way of describing that. Very technical bit there. Seems to be somewhat wide, but also short. So it's gonna be pretty stout. Okay. She's gonna be like that, and then she's gonna quickly then do the same kind of motion. Maybe. You have an autocorrect problem there? It's okay, you can slow down. You can proofread your stuff. That'd be easier. And then you won't look like a dummy with your chat. I'm sorry. It's hard to take it seriously if you don't preview your stuff. Not sure if I personally believe in what you're saying there. Ow. Yeah. Oh, cool. I'm trying. Javico. Anyway, you really had that and cool. Nice. That's cool. I mean, about a third of the population is left-handed, so it's more likely than you think. Yum yum yum. Yum yum. Yep. Maybe I can make her taller a bit. I'm gonna guides lock. So I can't play with them. These little light blue lines. There for when I was making the when I was making the puppet, like when I was drawing all the parts for the character. I don't really need them right now, so and you can easily just move them around if you're not careful. Like I could just move these guides around, which why would you want guides that move around? So I had to right then lock them to make sure that I don't touch them again. That's alright. Kind of want to change the timing of it. I like the motion. Okay. Probably want to also eventually too add a little eye shake, or whatever you call it, where your eyes dart. They'll dart around a little bit. Because right now it's just very static with her eye, DT's eyes right there. Maybe she's like super concentrating on Pinky, but I think it should still maybe like shake like this if you can see that. Yeah, I'm kind of tired. We're almost there. How we doing? almost 2.5 hours. Okay, 20 minutes. Okay. I think maybe like 3 or 4 more bounces, then we'll be done. Let's see. I'll go back to see the timing of it, to see, like, I wouldn't want DT to reel back a lot and then Pinky attacks her. Like, I want to make sure that Pinky attacks her, you know, gets really close, and then she 2 or 3 frames, like less than half a second, then she recoils back herself. So I had to go back out here to see. That doesn't happen quite yet, but I want to time it, make sure that I don't overstep it just yet. Know what I mean? Bop, bop, bop. Bop, bop, bop. Ugh. Sorry, I got a little spit in my mouth. Wanted to get it off. If that made a loud noise for you. So about here is when this happens. So I got about a second. 130 to 131. Shorty recoil, already recoil, so if there's a blink. And I can adjust the blink to match up. Yeah. Unicorns are probably the most OP. So they don't have to touch anything, yeah. Kinda want her to blink maybe 2 to 3 frames before this. So about here, and then go into the eye. And here's our eyelash, which I made into the blink cycle. So I can click here, and if it's looped, then it'll start looping the blink cycle there. Yep. So that's one around it. Because usually I just have their blinks, you know. I have a symbol that just loops back and forth. Like it'll go and then blink animation and then go back to beginning. So I could just have that odd repeat forever, and that'll create a semi-realistic, you know, blink animation and timing without having to do any of the actual work of setting those timings. So I'm sure, you know, DHX and Hasbro Animation are setting, you know, timed blinks, but I'm just found a lazy workaround so I don't have to worry about it. And of course that means that I'm not really working with it or caring about it. So this is really the only time when I wanted to change it, just for make a little bit of a more point. I think you should shimmy. This is going to be like a more of an antic, where anticipation is like the opposite of the main action that you're going to do. So you just get to reel back a lot. Before then, I'm going to have her forward a little bit. And see how that looks, or I can press that. Okay. I'm getting kind of hungry. I didn't eat dinner. I gotta eat dinner before this. It's like 6 p.m., you know, when it starts, so I could have dinner before then, but I just don't. Stretch my arm, sorry. There you go. Okay. Did I save it? Okay. That's true. think I can. Focus isn't exactly on diamond, but I think I can extreme, or at least move this just a little bit more. That's what I meant, that I need to make sure that she doesn't move before Pinky gets forward. He's also blinking, which kind of makes sense that you would instinctively, if you're scared, would blink to avoid it. So that happy accidental thing, but I like that. That's kind of like you're wincing at it. Like if someone throws a ball at you really quick, that you kind of blink to for some reason. Not sure the exact signs of why you would blink to miss it, I suppose. Or to protect yourself, maybe? I don't know. Speed. Slightly long, subtle. There's a difference between, you know, figuring out if I want it to be an extreme breakdown or just a subtle. So, having more time between the second and third keyframe definitely makes it more of a subtle instead of a whoop, sort of whoop kind of thing. Not sure really how to explain it, and I don't really have the actual energy to do that. Get out of strong ease. Noticing the head isn't following right. Yeah, here the head should be forward. See the difference between this little bit and the neck. So I'm trying to follow that maybe. So I need to have the neck actually go back to follow that. Just a little bit. Oh boy. What's going on there? Oh, this is a smudge guard, is what they call it. So, because I have a screen tablet, like I don't know if you know about Cintiqs, but they have a digital display monitor kind of thing. So, I'm looking at a monitor that is touchscreen compatible. So I'm able to just, you know, draw naturally with the pen. But because it is also finger touch compatible, that I could just touch things with my hand, with my other hand, and have things appear with my right hand. Because that also, I had to pay for that, which is not, based on whatever, based on like, you know, the Cintiq was like $2,000, just adding bare hand sensitivity was only like $100, so it was like whatever at that point. So, because of that, I had to wear a glove, which, you know, is enough material to separate, you know, my hand to the screen, and it's not touch, you know, I can't touch, you know, through this glove. So, and it's silky enough to just glide across the glass real easy. So, and I think it's called smudge guard because you don't make smudges when you know, just if you're barehanded on the screen, it's just glass, so you're gonna make a bunch of smudges. So I wear it just because I, you know, it came with this Cintiq, and I've seen a lot of other professionals use it. So, and I don't want to accidentally touch, you know, anything with, you know, the back of my hand right here. So there's different styles too. Like this one has 2 fingers. I think I've seen one with just 1 finger, so it'll just only cover the pinky down, and then the ring finger isn't part of it. sure you could like wear. Maybe there's a 3-finger one too, but you can just wear a sock if you want to, and just kind of cut it in the same shape. So it came with the Cintiq, so it's just want to use it anyway. So that's why. Hope that helped. Cleared that up. Yeah. Okay. I'm actually pretty much gonna wrap this up now. If there's anything else that's jumping out at me besides her. I'm seeing that her timeline is not long enough. Boop. Okay. And all those, extra refurbishments, secondary animations of words, I could do that on my own time, so not gonna continue with this or bore you to death with all those same, the hair wobble, go through that again. Yeah. Oh, doggy. Yeah. So, I think I guess I'll just have to play through this bit by bit so it doesn't crash the stream. Or I can do it like this. This will be fun. Outlines of this is, showing the actual drawings underneath. So it's removing the fills, all the colors, but I think it should be able to go through this pretty good. It'll definitely go faster, showing rendering. And you can see all these little circles are the symbols that are invisible. They are actually using alpha coloring, so there's a little alpha A color here. So if I set that to 0, then I can color with a color, or I can let it save for a bit. It will appear invisible, but it still exists. So I use these symbols for all the little eye things, parts of the eye. So if I highlight these, there's invisible squares here. So this is again just a red circle that's alpha is 0, just so I can select it. And then I have the eyebrows symbols in here. And that's part of Puppets, is having different bits already made. So it takes a long time to make these, but once you get all these... Hey, thanks. Model Week? Yeah. Oh, Moose Week, okay. Okay, thanks. Glad to see you around there. But having... It takes a while to make these puppets, because you have to pretty much have facial stuff for every possible... You have to know the script enough, and just having general knowledge of puppet bits to have. So, this is just, pretty standard to have a blink. Links in all my stuff. Oh, use Flash 5? Nice. I think I don't want to really say. I think my dad might have used Macromedia or something, like Splash, whatever it was called. But it might have been something else. Yeah. Yeah. And so this is the mask, which is a separate layer that goes on top of the different parts of the eye. And when they are overlapping or extend past the mask, and then they don't exist, essentially, or don't render outside that. Yeah. Macromedia. And where's the other thing? The next name for it. And then it was really cool because you could take like the longer versions of the two words and it also become Flash. as a word. If you shorten into 2 words of yeah. Forgot what it was. Was it no, must have been Macromedia Splash. What was it? Splash something? Macromedia Splash. Was it just called Splash? No. Come on. I'm looking at Wikipedia. Adobe Flash. Future Wave. Yeah. I don't know where I came up with that. Yeah. If you have Future Wave and then Splash, then it'll, if you shorten that, then it's Flash. It's probably not exact term of way of saying that, but yeah. Oh, it's MLP is even in the Wikipedia for what TV shows use it. Wait, Danny Phantom used Flash? Huh. Wow, what was it? 16? Huh. So, what's it called? Shockwave? All those? This is like 90s and stuff. And then Future Splash and Macromedia, because it got bought out by Adobe, and then they used it, and then it kept evolving. Oh, come on, there's like a thing for end of life section of Flash? Come on. I guess for just, you know, yeah, they're talking about HTML5 that Apple didn't want to use Flash as a web-based thing. I mean, it still works, you know, that's an animation thing. Dirt Party. Oh, wow. Oh, we're looking at the pinky? Yeah. I think it was just an upside down. Like, I might have just, you know, took the mouth. Like this bit, like it was. Wait. Yeah, it was like this, and then. Oh, that's different kind of expression, but yeah, I just flipped it upside down. But here's the mouths again, where all these different expression, mouth shapes. So I had to draw all these. And a couple of these that I thought would be fun, just as I found different references and applied them. Let's see. Yeah, I just kind of got on that route because I was trying to explain if anyone had any questions or wanted to use Flash. Like, why was, you know, when I put outlines on, why does, you know, it look like this? I want to explain that real quick. And yeah, if we go back, we can see like her eyelids are, you know, it looks like her eyes are closed. But it's really just having another layer on top that covers her whole eye, and then adding that shape on top. So all of her eye bits and everything are still there. It's not like I had to erase them. So that's the fun of using puppets compared to, you know, if I use, you know, frame by frame, which means I would have to draw, you know, everything on one layer maybe, but I would definitely not draw every bit frame by frame, you know, if her eyes were closed, I wouldn't draw everything underneath. That doesn't make sense. But because we got layers with puppets, then it's just easier to just go ahead and have that kind of flexibility there. I thought they looked fun. It's kind of like neon, kind of different. You don't really see any styles like this. Yeah, this looks really weird when you do it like this. Yeah, so you can see like the different parts of her hair are in different parts and symbols, and how they all connect to each other. So it's really fun to, you know, if you find any flash files or any puppets, it's kind of fun to go into outlines and seeing just how they construct them with puppets. So, yeah, I'm actually gonna kind of quit pretty soon. So, might just kind of keep it like this for now. Yeah, this is gonna be the next shot. Maybe next time, or I might just do this on my own, just to keep it, you know, to get this done. They can get the project done. You know, I don't want to stream every bit. Like every time I work on this, I don't want to stream it, so I can then have some more time to reflect and make sure everything actually works.
Come on, Derpy. You don't need this kind of treatment. Y'all better stay out of trouble now, or else your parents will hear about this. Y'all understand?
Yeah, most of that what you saw was definitely not finished yet, so definitely need to. They're going to be walking across the screen, so I need to get some walking animation done. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That's about it for what I want to do today. So, leave it with this kind of thing. Yeah. I know you guys are still chatting, so it's like, should I stop it or... Well, I guess you can still chat after the live stream's done. So, yeah. Thanks, I can't say it. Javico. That's how I say it. Yeah, so... I'm done for today, but thanks for joining. Especially, you know, keeping this stream live is fun. I think we'll keep saying this every time, but it's good to reiterate that my stream schedule, it's a bit arbitrary, but I guess doing these Tuesdays and Thursdays, you know, it's fun for me, and it's kind of interesting to actually set a schedule, and actually doing it is fun. And I feel like I'm kind of seeing the same people every time, but you know, I feel like if I change the day or times even a little bit, I'm sure I'll see different people. So that's why I also want to say, you know, if there's any times that you want to suggest that you know, like, can you do it at Wednesdays at 4 a.m. Then I could probably consider that, and might add that, but I definitely want to limit it. You know, I can't do this 24/7, because my hands are gonna get tired and my throat's getting tired. Yeah. Hey you guys. Just charging up. Okay. Yep. So again, I stream, I guess, Tuesdays and Thursdays. Starting at, well, I guess it's 6 p.m. for me, PST. So whatever, I would say, like, whatever 2 hours and 45 minutes ago was for you, that's when I'll start, and then we'll go for 2 to 3 hours. So if you just want to have general chat now, but I'm gonna kind of get out of here now. So again, thanks for watching, and see you again soon.